Good afternoon, everyone. This is really an exciting day. We have 4 graduates. Can we give them a hand again? So I'm going to do the welcome, and then I'm going to recognize our community providers, and then I'm going to take a seat because it's really about them, right? So I want to welcome you to drug court graduation. We thought it's so special to have this event in the lobby area. We have a lot of family members that have come today, not just parents, who are very excited about the work that these young people have done. And so we want you to feel very welcomed. After we get done here, we want to feed you and you get sleepy after you've eaten the food. But we're here today really to celebrate these young people, the work that they've done, and so we welcome you to the drug court graduation. Drug court is just a program that sits inside of this department, but its reach is so vast. It reaches completely into the county area, and we can't do this work by ourselves. So we are asking right now that all our community providers stand up. Absolutely 100% of you. Margaret, that means you too.
There you go. That's right.
Absolutely. And this is just a very small portion. Brenda, Miss Brenda, I'll start calling names.
Beverly
Goldsmith. Yeah, I'll start calling names. There are quite a few.
Miss Valle.
Miss Valle. Is there anybody else that we're missing?
Nice job, guys.
Thank you. We cannot do this program by ourselves. The community is very involved and threaded through these young people's their lives and our lives as well. There's one more group I want to acknowledge, and that is our defense attorneys. Can you stand right quick? Please, Jennifer, Ms. Gastow, who am I missing? Tamaki Kim. These are the people that make referrals to our program, who believe in the program and want to see these young people be successful. So thank you.
Also, I want to introduce some of our other team members that are here. We have JPC, Mr. Bennett, Mr. Lyons. Why don't you guys stand up? This is the kind of our home team. We have Mr. Starb. We have Detective Doucette from the Seattle Police Department, who is one of our partners. And also, I see Ms. Gaston, who also works with us. Do I see any others? Ms. Williams, another folk who work with us. Let's give a round of applause for all these home team members. Now, this really is, the conversation is not about us, but it's about these folks here who have spent anywhere from 9 months to 10 years doing this. Maybe not 10 years, but certainly seemingly a long time from their perspective, making the commitment to this program. But this is not something that can be done by the court or by the youth themselves. It takes a communal effort. And so for all those parents that are here, here's a round of applause for you guys. Because I only get to see these people for an hour, maybe an hour and a half a week. You get to live with them the rest of the 168 hours. So I tell you, you're the ones that are doing the heavy lifting. So without that communal aspect, family aspect, this program would actually not work. Also, we have developed a parent support group that is managed by Ms. Williams. It meets fourth Thursday of the month, and we have had presentations, most recently by Team Child, about educational matters, as well about how to seal juvenile records. But let's talk about some of these, the folks that are sitting up here. Let's start with Ms. Nellum. Ms. Nellum, who is with her child, Nyla, my bad, for my pronunciation there, has, our kids get to face a lot of really challenging issues, from not only disenfranchisement from school, but also homelessness, family strife. And as you can see, Ms. Nellum most recently has given birth to a child, so congratulations to her. You know, I had an opportunity to, you know, and I would also say that this is a process that where our drug court participants and graduates support each other through their challenges and issues as well. I have been thankful for that Ms. Nellum has taken the opportunity to engage with the public health nurse, realizing that there's so much benefits that she and her child and family can have as she progresses through life and motherhood. Smart woman. Really is very intelligent. I've always said she's not really had the opportunity to challenge that intellect as well, but my hope is that she finds herself soon back in school and engaging in those long-term things. Ms. Nellum has been sober for almost 11 months at this point in time. I also now want to talk about Noah Davis. Noah is I've watched Noah grow up over the last probably 4 years. And I remember when I first met him that Knucklehead said, you know, I don't want to be in drug court. I don't want to have nothing to do with you. And I said, okay, that's cool. Come back later. You know, we'll try again. And he came back. In the course of this, the challenges that he faced have been enormous. December of this year, actually it was Christmas, his mom passed after a long, hard battle with cancer. He was so brave throughout this process, and a lot of us have known Noah, Mr. Davis, at various points in time, and he's an inspiration for me personally that says, you know, kids have such strength and courage if we believe in them. He's been, you know, knuckleheaded at a wide variety of points in time, but he has matured at this point in time, kind of stepping up to the plate to address the issues that he's faced. He's found a new community to be his support system, because even though he's leaving drug court, he is someone who will always be recognized for all the hard work that he has done. So thank you, Noah, Mr. Davis, for the things you have provided, because it's been, your participation has been a highlight for many of us. Let me talk about Ramsey Yost. Now, when I met Ramsey, Mr. Yost, when he came in, he had been expelled from school, and the really an enormous point of strength that he had was a very supportive family, engaged family, really trying to move the dial. And I think I saw, in fact, lots of maturity out of Mr. Yost in the course of his participation in drug court. I saw him become someone who started to understand consequences and responsibilities associated with such consequence. At one point at his school, after he entered drug court and with a supportive family, he was Student of the Month. You know, one of the issues that Mr. Yost had was, you know, conflict with siblings and just in the house as a whole. But I think I kept on hearing, because I would ask him, how's it going? And then I'd ask either mom or dad, how's it going? And it was interesting how they really started aligning themselves from going where he's saying going pretty good, and they're going, well, maybe not as good as he thinks, to really everyone agreeing that actually there's a lot of maturity and movement as Mr. Yost moves forward. So, 9 months clean and sober, go, Mr. Yost. And finally, Marcus Jones, I'm going to speak to at this point in time. Mr. Jones had suffered, when we talk about grief and loss, sometimes we as adults don't understand how deep that grief and loss can be. Now, I watched Mr. Jones lose close friends to violence. One of them being self-inflicted violence. I watched Mr. Jones deal with other deaths in his process. And that's why I've been grateful to us trying to look for how do we help kids with their grief and loss. Ms. Goldsmith, who is with Safe Crossing, has been a strong source for us helping kids deal with their tragic, their grief and loss. Sometimes it's about people, sometimes it's about stuff, but we all need to grow to that point. When I first met Mr. Jones, I was so impressed with how amicable, remarkable, and how high-skilled he is. Hardworking, sometimes trying to come up with, trying to do things his way, really, his way, and having to accept the hard news that, actually St. Clair knew better. But it has been remarkable to watch Mr. Jones as he has progressed through drug court. And I'm excited for the work he has done and the future that he continues to make for himself. Now we're going to have Ms. Gestarb and Mr. Bennett speak.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am so proud to be standing here and recognizing these young adults for all their accomplishments. Drug court's not easy. I would first like to recognize Nika Nellam. Nika, I recall on our drive back from Bellingham, you said, let me do treatment in the community. I promise I can do it. And you're doing it with the baby in tow. I just want you to keep moving forward, pursue your education, and be the best mother, be the best woman you can be. Congratulations. Marcus Jones. It's been a long journey. With many bumps, but you remain steadfast and you remain optimistic and always kept a smile on your face, which told me that you're looking at always the positive things in life. With some resistance, you started addressing the trauma in your life, and that's huge. Keep working at it. Pursue your education, and just keep working hard in life. Thank you. Noah Davis. I would like to read this on behalf of a close family friend, Laura Willis. Noah, I'm sorry I could not be here to join in this celebration. Dude, I'm so proud of you. I know that your mother is dancing in heaven. It was very important for her that you finish this program and get a fresh start as an adult. You have made some incredible strides in the last 6 months, and you know what it will take to move on to your next goal of graduating from high school next spring. This program gave you a gift of an entire support team that has stood by you through good and bad. I would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you, the judge, co-gender, Lisa, Dominique, Seth, John, Beverly Goldsmith, Brenda, Sally, Sarah. This is just a partial list of all the people that have shown you love, guidance, support, and discipline. You are a better young man having been touched by all these amazing people. Myself and everyone in this room is looking forward to watching you continue to grow into the man your mom raised you to be. Every day, if you make decisions that you know you would make her proud, you can be assured you are headed in the right direction. We will always be here to help, guide, and support you. Congrats and blessings to you, Laura. And I just want to share, Noah, I just want you to keep building on that foundation that we talked about. Pursue your education. You know, graduation next year, and college in the next several years. And I'm just proud of what you're doing. Keep working hard. Thank you.
All right. Let's give these graduates another hand. It was getting kind of heavy, so I'm trying to alleviate the mood a little bit. I see people trying to fight back tears. I'm trying not to cry myself. But I had the pleasure of working with Ramsey Yost. See, I can never be who I'm supposed to be until you are who you ought to be. And Ramsey, and really all of you, you've made each and every one of us better. Because you're finally starting to realize the potential that lies deep inside of you. You have endless possibilities. The sky is truly the limit. And I know I've said a lot of things to you, and you probably was just like, man, this guy don't know what he's talking about. So I'm gonna prove it to you today. But I need everyone's help. So I need everybody to raise your hands as high as you can. All right, raise your hands even higher. Y'all too. Not you, you got the baby. Now raise them even higher. Okay, put your hands down. Now, how many of you, and did you raise your hands as high as you could when I asked you to? Yes. What about you guys? Now, how many of you guys raised them even higher when I asked you to do that? Did you? Now, how were you able to do that when I asked you to begin to raise your hand as high as you could? You see, like, all you really need sometimes is somebody to just to give you that affirmation that you can do it. And really, no matter how high you think you've gone, you can always go a little higher. Ramsey, when you feel you've taken that last step, you can always take one more step. You've just proven to yourself, and all of you have proven to yourself, that with the right support, with the right encouragement, with the loving environment and those surrounding you who really truly love and care about you, you can always reach higher. You see, I can never be who I'm supposed to be until you are who you ought to be. And so it was important, not just for you, but for me, for you to reach this moment. Because you've made me a better man, and hopefully a better JPC. But ultimately, I've seen you go from a boy to a young man. And I'm truly proud of just the work and growth that you've displayed during this time. And I know it's a blessing to see your family, your brothers here, and family friends who are here to support you. Continue to lean on them. And I want to ask you, family and friends, to continue to encourage Ramsey to reach higher. Because there's still so much more that he has to attain. This is going to be the first of many graduations, the first of many successes. So I wish you the best, Ramsey. Congratulations and good luck.
I've had the pleasure of being the defense counsel to each one of these graduates, and so I'm going to say a few words to each one of them. Marcus, I'm so humbled to be able to call you and have conversations to the degree that we've had. I have seen you challenge yourself. I've seen you grow. I do wish that you could see who we see through our eyes. Because what we see is a strong man with an incredible personality and an incredible work ethic. It has been truly a pleasure to fight for you and be your attorney. Ramsey, your quiet inner strength is amazing, and it's humbling. It's been a pleasure to watch you grow emotionally and physically. One of the most amazing things about working in juvenile court is I meet clients when they're this high, and after a while, they're this high. I've watched you grow so much over the last few months. I hope and I know that you appreciate your family, but I just want to acknowledge your mom for being at every single court hearing. And I want to acknowledge your dad for coming whenever he could come. Your mom has fought for you and has pushed things forward in ways that I haven't seen from other parents because they haven't been able to. Recovery is a family issue, and your family has been there for you, and I hope that you acknowledge that, and I know you do. Ramsey, you come from privilege, and with that privilege, I hope that you tell your story, because you have faced crises. You faced being profiled. And I hope one day through either music, art, or your writing that you express your story. And I hope that other people get to learn from you. Nika, I've watched you grow and deal with so many crises gracefully. You've had a lot of curveballs that life has thrown you, and you have really risen to the occasion. I've seen you grow into a wonderful woman, young woman, and a wonderful mother. You have taken the most amazing steps towards being a present and courageous mom by being sober. And I really honor you. And it's been a pleasure to represent you. Noah, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of the young man that you have become. It's been an incredible journey over the last few years. I met you when you were 14, and you're almost going to be 18 and an adult very soon. I've watched you gracefully handle the passing of your mom. Your mom is here, and she is so proud of you. I've gotten to do something that I've never done with another client, and I think it's probably because of age and because I've never gone through the journey that you've gone through. But I've watched you watch videos of yourself when you were 1 month old, when you came home from the hospital, when your mom played with you. And that was such an honor. And I hope you know how loved you are and how much your mom cared for you. It has truly been a pleasure to represent you, and I have grown as a person watching you. Thank you.
So we have flowers that we put out here in case any of you would like to give them to someone meaningful in your life that's been supportive of on this journey that you're on. And so we give you that opportunity to give those flowers to people. But also I'd like to give you an opportunity to kind of say any words that you would like to share with not only the audience, folks who have come wide and far to participate in this graduation, but also those folks who are currently in drug court and would like to share your wisdom. Ms. Nellam, would you like to go first? Any words you'd like to share? Let me hold it, okay.
Cute.
To the kids in drug court, it took me a whole year and a half, but you can do it. It's a lot of work, it is really hard, but you can do it. I did a lot of things that I did not want to do, but I did anyways. And I feel bad, but now that I've accomplished this, I feel so good because my mom is so proud of me. Lisa, thank you for all the help and all the resources you've given me. Thank you, Jocelyn. Thank you, Colgender. Mom, I love you, and I'm gonna continue to do good, do everything I have to do to make you proud and make my daughter proud. All you guys, I'm proud of you for graduating drug court because I know you guys have had a lot of struggles just like me. And I'm happy that you guys are my friends and I got to do it with you. Thank you.
I'd like to thank Antimo for giving me inspiration. You really helped me go through this, and I appreciate you. Thank you. I'd also like to thank the drug court team for everything they've done and everything that helped me go through this. So thank you.
Mr. Davis, you have any words of wisdom you'd like to share? Please.
When I first came into drug court, like when I was really young, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know anything about that. I didn't know where I was headed in life. And like I had my mom next to me, but I didn't appreciate her. I had a lot of people to support me, but I never like saw that. And I would still do my own thing, be a knucklehead and do whatever, And like, oh shit. It just didn't work out for me. So basically, like, if you're going through something, you can't give up. You just always have to have hope, no matter what. You can't give up on anything. You gotta make sure that you have your support team, anyone with you that can help you get further in life. You have to have those people with you and take those people and love them like they love you, because like, that's how I got by. With everyone here, I got by through that. I came in every time for court and I was like, oh man, yep, this is perfect. Like, I got my support right here and I'm good. My mom's right here in my heart 24/7. She's not going anywhere, She may not be here physically, but she's here, emotionally. Word of advice for all the other people in drug court, like, just don't give up. Keep doing what you're doing. Like, it's really hard. As Nika said, it's like it felt almost impossible for me. And I thought I would never get through this, but like, it's consistent. You gotta be willing to make a difference for yourself and know that you are somebody and you will be somebody even more. And that's how I got by. And I thank every single person in this room for being here and supporting me and giving me this power right now. I'm shaking because you guys are giving me all this power. Like, I'm just so grateful for everybody in this room. So thank you.
Finally, Mr. Jones, you have any words of wisdom you would like to share, sir?
Man. You know how long I've been. Tired of this place. First of all, I want to thank Darlene. She's the one that said all this drug court for me. I didn't know nothing about drug court. We was back there in the back. She came and talked to me, told me drug court's for you, and I was like, nah, I don't know about no drug court. What do you mean drug court? What's drug court? just gotta do it. I want to thank drug court, the whole team, support. I wish my guy Roland was here. Where's my guy Roland at?
Retired.
Oh man, see, man, huh?
You wore him out.
Me?
Yes.
Man, I want to thank my mom for always being there, always. That's the only, man, I did it for her, really, and myself, but yeah, I thank you guys. King County, I don't know what to say, but I'm just lost right now. Thank you.
So I have a house cleaning item I need to take care of before we get to the actual final presentation by Ms. Curtis. Mr. Jacobs, are you here? Kai Jacobs, are you here? Come here. Come here. Yeah, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. This is Mr. Jacobs is being elevated to the next level of drug court. Told you it's going to be a big deal, right? Big deal. Thank you. Thank you very much. Ms. Curtis. Oh, Ms. Yost, did you want to say something? I'm sorry. No, I didn't mean to neglect, and Ms. Marcus Jones' mother is welcome to come say something if she likes as well. But Ms. Yost, why don't you come up? Sure, my bad.
So I brought this so that I could stay smiling here. My little smiley guy. Okay. So I want to thank you for this opportunity to share our feelings, because it takes a village. Never have I understood that phrase as much as I do after this past year. It started last May with Ramsey's vice principal, Mrs. Lee, that after numerous visits to her office changed the conversation from, is there anything happening at home that we need to know about, to what can we do to support Ramsey at school? Mrs. Lee suggested we contact Jacqueline Lane with Friends of Youth. Jacqueline taught us the term harm reduction, which helped us reach Ramsey where he was, building a foundation for when he was ready. When I became impatient waiting for Ramsey, Jacqueline referred me to Changes Parent Support Network. They met in Redmond. I learned that I can only change myself. We took a stand against illegal behavior and surrendered to the natural consequences. It didn't take long before we were introduced to the juvenile justice system. And as much as we hated the process, we learned to trust the system. It started with the first police officer that understood, although Ramsey's offense was not necessarily drug-related, it was probably motivated by drug use. This gave Ramsey, his first lawyer, Mr. Hampton, the opportunity to refer Ramsey to drug court observation. Before we got here, we met with Diane Korf, who guided us through our initial steps. Ramsey got restless waiting and sealed his fate. Now, with nothing left to lose, Ramsey conceded to drug court. In October, we met the team who would be added to Ramsey's village. He gained a judge, and a good one, that would take us to church sometimes, and a prosecutor, Ms. Curtis, a lawyer, Ms. Dillon, and a probation officer, and Timo, and many others that would now share the burden of guiding Ramsey through his recovery. We met Jennifer Henderson of THS, who helped us get a better understanding of Ramsey's motivations. Miss Carolyn welcomed us to the family and became one of my favorite phone calls to receive. In November, Ramsey was given the privilege to opt in, and hallelujah, he took it. With Ramsey's justice in good hands, we were able to concentrate on his education. We found Miss Brown through a referral from the drug court team and added her to Ramsey's Village. She fought to get Ramsey back in school. Upon re-entry, another team was formed at Skyline High School, named Team Ramsey, by Mrs. Lee, that would now include his principal, Donna Hood, his counselor, Kristen Flemmer, the security officer, Mr. Thorson, and Officer Hall, who was selected by Ramsey to be his #1 fan. All of these, along with our pastors and church community that prayed with us, Uncle Paul and Aunt Jody, who cried with us, and countless other family and friends that walked beside us, we are so extremely grateful. You were Ramsey's Village. You took the responsibility in each of your roles that we no longer had to carry, freeing us to just love Ramsey. When Ramsey misstepped, and he did several times, you didn't give up on him. Instead, you firmly guided him back. We then digged deeper and loved Ramsey more fiercely. So here we are. It took a village. Today, Ramsey, your debt has been paid. Your parents have forgiven you. Your brothers have forgiven you. And your God forgives you. In the Old Testament of the Bible, the prophet Jeremiah was speaking to God's people with this message from chapter 31, verse 34. For I will forgive their wickedness and will remember no more. Now, with the authority of the court orchestrated in a way that only God can do, your charges will be dismissed and your record sealed. And with that, I ask you, Ramsey, to please take the final step and forgive yourself. You deserve it.
Ms. Jones, you want to add? Please.
Good afternoon. I am Marcus Jones' mother. I'm Letitia Shepherd. I just want to say thank you, and I'm glad that all this is over, and I'm very proud of you.
So there's been quite a bit of emotion today in this room. And I think, well, I know the reason for that is because we are all so overwhelmed with pride. This group of young people here has shown tremendous growth. And we knew all along that this group had tremendous potential. And I hope that you all know that as well. You have value. You have something to bring to this community. What you did is not who you are. And I cannot wait to see the wonderful achievements that are ahead of you. I'm going to ask Ms. Nellen to stand. Sorry. In the matter of State of Washington versus Nika Nellum, cause numbers 148-017, 610, 158-004, 541, 158-006, 284,
158-014-716 and 158-017-219. Given that Ms. Nellam has successfully completed all of the requirements for graduation from the drug court program here in King County, the state is now making a formal motion to dismiss these charges.
Is there any objection?
No objection.
Without objection, motion to dismiss is granted.
I'm going to ask Mr. Jones to please stand. In the matter of State of Washington versus Marcus Jones Jr., cause numbers 148-018-284, 158-000-804, 158-007-019, 158-005-245. Given that Mr. Jones has successfully completed the requirements for graduation from the King County Juvenile Drug Court program, the state is now making a formal motion to dismiss these charges.
Is there any objection?
No
Then
objection.
without objection, motion to dismiss is granted.
Going to ask Mr. Yost to please stand. In the matter of State of Washington versus Ramsey Yost, cause numbers 158-014-015 and 158-015-097. Given that Mr. Yost has successfully completed all of the requirements for graduation from the King County Juvenile Drug Court program, the state is now making a formal motion to dismiss these cases.
Is there any objection to that motion?
No objection.
Then without objection, motion to dismiss is granted.
So now I'll ask Mr. Davis to please stand. In the matter of State of Washington versus Noah Davis, cause numbers 148-020-505 and 148-020-491. Given that Mr. Davis has successfully completed all of the requirements for graduation from the King County Juvenile Drug Court program, the state is now making a formal motion to dismiss these charges.
Any objection?
No objection.
Then without objection, motion to dismiss is granted. So final words. We have refreshments for people in just a second. This is a process by which we get to see the value of our youth. And it's not easy work. It's hard work for them and us, but it's inspiring work. Judges only get to do really only a couple nice things. Most of the times I'm doing kind of ugly, harsh things to folk. You get to preside over adoptions, so that's family forming, marriages, family forming, and in fact, drug court graduations, because oftentimes these are the contention that has occurred, the upset that has occurred by some of our participants can be destructive, and in fact, based upon your presence here. And it's not just a biological family, but it's by kinship type of relationships that we have. Families are reformed, reformulated. Strengths are acknowledged and recognized. These opportunities to acknowledge your strength, to say, I am worthy, we don't do that often enough. So it's one of the walkaways from this is always look for the strength. It's pretty easy as a judge, and I have a team around me that is always correcting me, Judge, that we're a strength-based program, don't be so critical. Sometimes the kids tell me that too, but your job too as family, as community, as members of the community is how do we look for those strengths that are in our young people? Our young people, in fact, are oftentimes diamonds in the rough, and we just don't have the right perspective to see them. I gotta tell you, every single one of the kids I interact with, and I think all kids, have the ability to be jewels. We sometimes just don't have the strength and courage to do what's needed. So finally, I wanna give another round of applause to these guys. Nicely done. And we're in recess at this point. Go out and play, right? This is your flag.